Welcome. Today, a trip to the coast, Brighton. Nestled on the south coast of England, Brighton is known for its really eclectic mix of all sorts of cultural influences. So it's a haven for us street photographers. Bustling streets, vibrant street art, unique characters, very quirky. Every corner of Brighton offers a new story waiting to be captured. Just a small fishing village, a few hundred years ago it transformed into this fashionable resort sometime in the 18th century, as demonstrated by the iconic Royal Pavilion, exotic architecture and all, a testament to that era of opulence. But today, Brighton continues to draw a diverse crowd, artists, musicians, students, tourists, all contributing to a really dynamic atmosphere. So join me as I go and explore street photography in Brighton, from the lively Laines, their independent shops, to the picturesque seafront and the historic Brighton Pier. Let's see how I got on. So this is Brighton. Couldn't have picked a better day for it. Actually, technically it's Hove, but this is where I always start out. So we'll see what we can find today. Yeah, so a really nice bit of frame here, looking out through one of these beachside shelters, which I love. And I'm just waiting for the right person to appear in it. I've got to get the timing right through the gap, and ideally someone on their own. It's always couples. We live in hope, not Hove. Always love these shelters. Beautiful against the tones of the sea behind. And, here's my buddy waiting for me like a good chap. It's a beautiful view. Glorious weather today. And I always like these silhouettes. The old burnt out pier. If I get down low, get the composition right. There's something in here. I like the arrangement of, I suppose it's beach furniture, and the people beyond. Good stuff. So I'm shooting with a 50 on here today, and that's slowing me down a little bit because I have to stop and compose. I can't really shoot from the hip with a 50. And some of the time I'm shooting quite wide open, which is letting in way too much light. So I've got the shutter speed right up to about 2,000th of a second. Yeah, just to try and stop it overexposing. Doesn't really get much more Brighton than this. Got a really great composition here with these showers, vertical lines. And a moment ago there was a guy with a dog and he moved. He didn't even have permission. So we're going to sit out here for a bit and see what happens. Oh, here he comes. Come on mate, you can do this. You got this, you got this. I needed to stay higher up, but give me a pigeon. Give me a pigeon. A seagull. Come on, give me a seagull.
The wet market.
Similar to
in the US.
I knew I could see my nose and I was like, something's wrong. I was like, I know this. Well, I've never been able to like
So a great day in Brighton. The weather was absolutely perfect, as you saw. Good company, lots of interesting people to see, tourists, students, quite a few football fans down for the last game of the season. And unusually for me, I've printed off quite a few images, not because any of them are great, but there are things I'd like to say about each of them, so I'm going to share some of them, if not all of them, with you. First up, this one, which I think is probably my favourite from the day. I love the view over to the sea, looking out, and the idea that somebody can be there just whiling away the hours, looking out as though they're looking into their future or looking into their past. And here was this gentleman who I spotted very early on in my morning walk and managed to creep up behind him. Soft focus, so the clouds are really out of focus, but the cable knitting on his jumper is nice and sharp, as is the bench. Just a very sort of classic wistful scene, which I really enjoy. Actually, it also worked pretty well in colour, with some very muted pinks and blues and the sky as well. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that one. This one, obviously bright and bold, no pun intended. Bright and bold. I love these orange Lifebuoy poles, and then the street furniture, the old West Pier, I think, is it the West Pier here, that burnt down a couple of decades ago. It's just a really nice seaside scene. Arguably the seagull, which I'm so glad is in there, could maybe have been a little bit higher in terms of its position, but I can live with that. And I just really like the predominantly blues and whites and the red in there as well. It's satisfying. It's not a prize winner, it's not amazing, but it's quite a nice scene. And then I've got a couple of images that I really like just for the sheer colour. So this lady taking into her seaside fish and chips with her fork there and her mouth open with a hot chip. The National Lottery banner sign here, all bright yellow, picked up in a little bit in the back of this guy's chair, lady's chair actually, I think. So it was the colours, the colours and the full scene that appealed to me on this one. As with this one, very much a Brighton scene. Oh dear, got a real frog in my throat, excuse me. Very much a Brighton scene. Love the carousel, the merry-go-round. People hugging, kissing, meeting up, family groups, all ages, bright colours, blue sky. It just says seaside, doesn't it? So that's another one that I printed out. Black and white for this one. I don't know how well this comes across, but this was shot from up on the pier looking down, and here we have a little pier of our own. See what I did there? Now a little lad here taking a pee against the side of the seawall here, thinking that nobody else can see him. Not that I was looking for it, but it just amused me. And compositionally, you've got these lines coming in from the sides, which kind of lead to him. He stands out nicely. And I like the little chap here with his hand above his head, creating quite a nice shadow. All oblivious beach bystanders, I suppose. And lastly, I guess we're back to the theme picked up in this one, where while this one was almost the first shot of the day, this one was probably the last. Girl looking out to sea, again, soft focus, some detail but not much in the sea and the sky. Love the sun on the waves here, just glistening, and it's just a really nice sunny scene that really works for me. So that was my day in Brighton. No real absolute gems, but that's so often the way when you go out, and it's probably even more so when you go out with a video camera as well. But just wanted to show you really how I see Brighton and show you some of the images that I enjoyed taking. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're enjoying the videos and enjoying the channel, please do give them a like, big thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.